Hello all, ElPresidenteTel here. Now, I've been a bit bereft of inspiration for my videos as of late. I would have done something about the election, I know a bit about political science, I could have probably talked for a while, but I just felt I wasn't going to bring anything to the table anyone else hadn't already discussed, so I've left that alone. I was going to do one about the phone hacking report that's come out as part of my series in phone hacking, but I haven't read the whole report yet, and I think there could be a lot more to go. I'd kind of prefer to wait till after the Leveson inquiry. So I decided to go with something else. Looking for inspiration, just happened across The Way of the Master, recorded on the Gospel channel. Ray, Comfort and Kirk Cameron. Never cease in making me so annoyed and frustrated I want to go and punch a weasel. Now, their one this particular episode was on homosexuality, which is interesting because there's been a lot of discussion of homosexuality and the church in the United Kingdom as of late. What with David Cameron's proposal to introduce gay marriage into the society and the Catholic Church's flat-out refusal to deal with that, and instead trying to get school children to sign a petition against it, which the Education Secretary is now holding an investigation into that particular school. But Kirk and Ray tell us that it's not about insulting homosexuals or trying to make out that you're disgusted by them, and it's also about not ever bringing it up. You have to show that you're reasonable, that you're concerned for them and their welfare, and then you can bring up the homosexuality. Well, the way they do this is that tired and tried old method you can find in many different places on YouTube, that they ask, have you ever lied? Have you ever stolen anything? And have you ever taken the name of the Lord in vain? And that if you say yes to any of these questions, you're either a liar, a thief, a blasphemer, or one of all three, and you will then be judged by God and told to go directly to hell, not to pass jail, and not to collect £200. And so then we're sort of shown an image in this thing of how homosexuals are an abomination, they will not inherit the kingdom of God, with all the sort of usual stereotypical pictures of men and women holding hands in the street or kissing or covered in lycra and leather at a pride parade. So much for not insulting and patronising the homosexual, eh, Kirk and Ray? I mean, I really don't understand, pardon the pun, why the church has such a hard-on for homosexuality. The fact is, you can't govern who loves who. You can't get into someone's thought process. That's their own thought process. Even God is supposed to have invented free will. And if God is all-powerful, surely he could confront sin, and if he didn't want homosexuality, he could have got rid of it. You'll then get all these other straw men of, oh, it's free will to sin, we're all born in sin, we need to be forgiven by God. Well, to kind of outline my own position on it here, I don't necessarily believe in the God of the Bible. I might be open to the possibility of an uncreated creator or some sort of maker of the universe, but that doesn't necessarily mean I believe it's God, Yahweh, Allah, Jesus, Brahma, Vishnu, Lord Raiden, whoever bizarre flying spaghetti monster-esque deity you can come up with. And I believe that humans are imperfect because everything is imperfect. There are no perfections in the world. And homosexuality is something that is not the business of other people to talk about. And if we're talking about Christianity, it doesn't have a great track record, as the people in Ireland are finding out about the various abuse scandals. If they want to start proselytizing to homosexuals to sort of stay clear and away from sin, they ought to tell some of their priests to stay away from the altar boys. This is ElPresidenteTel. Love, peace, and liberty.